All right. Well, I tell you what, I'm really truly excited about what's going on here with our group. I mean, this program is just like I said. I can't say enough about it. It's just awesome. It's starting to change my life. I mean, literally within 90 days. So I know for those of you that have been involved with it, it's doing the same. So I'm very excited about what's going on here. So we'll be getting started promptly at 6 o'clock p.m. in one more minute. So this call will actually be turned on to a lecture mode, and then we'll begin the presentation. Additionally, tonight is going to be an actual training. So I'm going to probably just go through it a little bit faster than I did the previous night, but it will still be completely complete information. But I will be doing some training tonight. You know, go over some basic things, how people understand how this program actually works. So, what time is it right now? All right. Yep. So I'm really excited. So please take your name, where you're calling from, please.
Robert McKnight, Texas, Baytown specifically.
Hey, Mr. McKnight, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the call. Who else do we have?
Great.
Thank you.
Ame Frank, San Diego.
All right. Welcome to the call, sir. Ame France. All right. Thank you very much. Who else do we have on the call this evening?
Marianne from Alameda, California.
Hi, Marianne. How you doing? Welcome to the call this evening. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Pat from Oklahoma.
Hey, Pat. How you doing from Oklahoma? Thank you for being on the call this evening. All right. Who else do we have on the call with us this evening? All right.
We have Derek Gage, Bakersfield, California, too.
Hey, Mr. Gage, how you doing? Great.
Great.
Well, you know what? It's that time. We're going to go ahead and begin the conference call. Without further ado, so let me go ahead and change this to a lecture mode. All right. Thank you guys so much for being on the call this evening. You are truly, I'm truly thankful that you guys have taken the time out of your evening to show up on this call this evening with us. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm going to jump right into it. I've been involved in this industry for about 30 years, 31 years, and actually had my own company for about 13 years, and just basically ran out of cash and couldn't fund it or even support it anymore. So I, for the last 2 years, got pretty much disenchanted with the whole entire industry. I mean, I was done. I mean, literally, if anyone would have mentioned anything, I would have just shut you down. But a good friend of mine continued to literally begged me for about 2 months. He didn't beg me. He just was persistent. And he said, "This is something what you're looking for, Mr. Tillery." I'm like, "Yeah, right. I've heard that before. I've been in this game for a long time, and I don't think there's anything out there that's going to meet my particular criteria." And my criteria is really a 7-point, litmus test, if you will. I said, well, first of all, before I get involved with any business, number one, it has to be in business for at least 5 to 7 years. Secondly, it does not require recruitment of others for me to make money. That was really, the thing for me, because it was just very frustrating trying to convince people to do something that they really didn't want to do. Thirdly, it could not. I didn't want to be involved with anything in terms of selling the products, potions, pills, lotions, dial tones, gadgets, technology, health services, legal services, website shopping services, legal services. I mean, nothing at all whatsoever remotely. I said, so if one of these things involves that, I'm not interested. The other requirement was that they had to pay me out in digital currency. Why? Because I spent the last 13 years of my life studying cryptocurrency, the difference between cash and money. So, I knew what I was looking for. And then the other one thing is that, first of all, and then also lastly, it was a really important thing here for me, is that I must be paid either daily or weekly, right? That was really key. I was not interested in a monthly payout. I was not interested in an annual payout. Those are the things I'm looking for. So if anything that you bring to me if anything you bring to me doesn't meet one of those requirements, you can keep it moving, because I have no interest in it. And another part about that is that since I was disenchanted about the organization, about the industry as a whole, I says, I do not want to speak to anyone about anything. I'm only concerned about me, because I thought about it. I'm like, I spent 13 years of my life, millions of dollars came in one hand and went out the other. Now, if I would have been smart, because the problem with me was that I was always trying to look out for my fellow man and my fellow woman, because I says, well, if I help them to understand this whole entire concept of what cash and money is, then maybe they'll support me in the long run, right? But I had a lot of challenges, and it's not that people did not support me. I just had too many challenges, things that wasn't supposed to happen, happened, and really pretty much you just burned my candle out completely. So that was another thing. I had no interest in speaking to anybody. So I'm even surprised tonight. 90 days ago, I will be surprised that I'm even on this call this evening. So I'm just letting you guys know that been there, done that, got the T-shirt, and I'm even surprised I'm doing this call tonight for you guys. So let me go ahead and jump into this. This presentation, I call it the Millionaire Team Presentation. You're probably wondering, why do I call it a Millionaire Team Presentation? Because after careful investigation of Questra World, and because I'm a network engineer by trade, I always like to crunch numbers. And I know for a fact, if you do certain things that's asked of you within 12 to 18 months, right? If you really want to change your life, this program would do it for you. Flat out, it would do it for you. So it's going to get started without further ado. So that's why I call it the Millionaire Team Presentation. So Questra Holdings. Questra Holdings basically holds Atlantic Global Asset Management, which is the investment arm, and also Questra World, which is the marketing arm. Now, I'm going to talk about the investment side because I think that's really important. I think that's what most people are looking for. Most people are not looking to recommend anybody to anything. All they care about is themselves, like I did 90 days ago, right? So here is the office. Here's the building. It's Atlantic Global Asset Management. It's off the South African continent in the islands of Cabo Verde. If you're wanting to know if this is a legitimate, bona fide business opportunity, here it is. Here is the address. Here is the phone number. Here are the hours of operation. And here's the company NIF number. And also here are a couple emails. Okay? Now, here are 12 great reasons that I'm so glad I'm a part of Atlantic Global Asset Management. And basically what I did after maybe about a month, I wrote down what were the key elements of what makes this company great. And they're important, right? So I'm going down a chronological order that makes, hopefully you'll process it the way that I'm processing this. But first and foremost, I must clarify this, and I say this at every call. This aspect of the business is for people who have only an interest in wanting to invest. Recommending of others is 100% optional. Okay? You don't have to breathe a word to anyone if you so desire. Okay? That's the key part about this. You don't have to tell no one if you don't want to. Okay? So Atlantic Global Asset Management is a licensed registered investment firm that was established in Cabo Verde in 2008. Questra World is the marketing arm of AGAM that was established in 2014 to market the services of AGAM. Services weren't marketed completely until everything was put together until 2014, right? So those of you that are thinking, wow, it's been since 2008. I missed out on an opportunity to be a part of this. Quite honestly, you have not, because there's some requirements for a person to even be able to participate in what Atlantic Global Asset Management is. Now, the person that got me involved, he explained a lot of things, but really there's two words I was looking for. Two words that if he would have said this to me, because he brought it to me in May, I was preoccupied with something else. And then on July 9th, I joined the organization. So May, June, July, almost 3 months. 3 months. So whatever I've done in the last 3 months, I could have done 3 months ago and be that much closer to my goal financially. But he didn't really explain it to me the way that I'm going to explain it to you tonight or your guests. Now, all he simply had to say to me was hedge fund. Hedge fund. Atlantic Global Asset Management is a legitimate bona fide hedge fund. Now, for those of you that don't know, in order for you to even participate in a hedge fund, you must have a specific level of income. You must have a high net worth. You must be a high net worth individual to even be able to participate in a hedge fund. You must also have 100,000 euro liquid, right, before you can even invest in Atlantic Global Asset Management. All this was prior to 2014. Okay. Number 3, when you invest in a hedge fund, your money is tied up for 6 months to 12 months, right? And they don't allow you to make weekly withdrawals either, right? Because if you're a high net worth individual, then you should be able to be patient enough to let them manage your money and return to you a high rate of return. Okay? What Atlantic Global Asset Management has done, they have changed the industry as we know it, based on what I've researched and based on how I know how hedge funds work and based on what they're doing for people, right? This is truly a people-based program. They really, truly want to help you. We have no competition as it relates to what these guys are doing in their field of expertise. Now, every person that opens an account with Atlantic Global Asset Management, your account is insured with the Lloyd's of London for 52 million euro, or let me convert that to $61 million USD. Similar to FDIC, but here in the United States, it's only for $250,000. That's the highest that they will cover if in the event that the entity, the bank, goes insolvent. So basically, the Lloyd's of London insurance is basically if in the event that Atlantic Global Asset Management becomes insolvent. That's what that insurance is. But it's not $250,000. It's $61 million USD. Right? Now, in addition to that, if you're a person who has a fixed income or you're concerned about your principal, this company has thought of everything. They've even provided you with what I call P&P, Principal Investment Protection, meaning that if you had invested $100,000 and this week we got, matter of fact, you know what, I'm going to bring this up here because it's really important here that you recognize that. This evening or today, I'll read this little letter to you. It says, Sean Terry Legault Tillery, we are pleased to announce the completion of the current work week from the 23rd of October 2017 to the 27th of October 2017. The brokers of Atlantic Global Asset Management has once again demonstrated their high level of professionalism through a series of lucrative deals for the company and its clients, showing the results in an amount of 5.1516% rate of return of profits, right? So this week, for 1 week, I earned 5.1516% return on my money. This is higher than any bank that is giving a person even with a $100,000 CD, a certificate, right? A certificate of deposit, right? It shows you my available amount is $2,576 for the week. That is great after 3 months of getting involved, right? And I really started off with 2,430. So, I'm already up within a short 13 weeks. This is my 13th week involved with Atlantic Global Asset Management. So again, this is very achievable for anyone that really truly wants to change their life. So that's the email where I'm going to send you that. That's really important there. So if you had $100,000 invested and they paid us 5.1, let's make it 5% for easy math, and for example, you made 5% of $100,000, then you would have made a profit of $5,000 this week. Of course, they take their management fees. I won't include that in this example, but 5% of $100,000 is $5,000. Now, if you opted to use the insurance, they'll take 10% of that $5,000, meaning that they'll take $500 and then pay out the $3,000 to $4,500 into your account. Now, if they did not perform well, let's say they did a negative 5%, right, and you exercise your right to use the P&P insurance, then your $100,000 will still be $100,000. And let's say that if in the example that I did not exercise my right to use the insurance, then they would deduct $5,000 from my $100,000, leaving me with $95,000, right? So for those of you that are concerned about, preserving your principal, Atlantic Global Asset Management has provided you with that option, okay? You have that option. You have that right. Now, this is another great part. Most people say, well, this sounds too good to be true. Well, if it sounds too good to be true, then let me give you my link so that you can register and do your own due diligence. Because a person can register for Atlantic Global Asset Management and Questerworld without a financial obligation. How many companies allow you to even register for free to take a look at their information and verify everything that I'm saying on this call tonight, right? Most companies don't, especially a hedge fund, right? You better come with some skin in the game, or guess what? Keep it moving. You're not going to come in. So they've been very, sensitive to people's, thought processes as how they think about or how they view this type of opportunity, right? And, you can go back, and this is the thing, if a person's on this phone that's brand new and you're kind of resistant or it sounds too good to be true, all you simply have to do is register for free to the person that actually invited you, log in, and select managers. Under managers, you're going to see, or fund managers, you're going to see from 2013 to present all of the activity that they've been doing in terms of what it relates to in terms of providing weekly returns, right? You're going to see the good and the bad and the ugly, but guess what? It's mostly all good. Why? These guys are professional money managers. They're experts at what they do. They're not your Charles Schwabs. They're not your mutual funds. These guys handle billions of dollars. They know what they're doing, right? So their reputation is on the line every week. So they have to perform, right? So another cool part that I like most about Atlantic Global Asset Management is that people can begin with as little as €90 or $115 USD. That's the minimal, right? Or if they got really deep pockets, they can go as much as $5 million maximum initial investment, but you can do it without limitation, as frequently as you would like. Every day, every week, every month, right? So there's some flexibility here, some options for you, right? So if you want to test it out for a week and then add a little bit more the following week and some more the following week, right, you can do that. Now, because we got paid today, I actually can withdraw, make a request to withdraw my funds today. Those funds will appear in my Bitcoin account or Litecoin or Ethereum or Bitcoin Cash, right? Or even if you want to have the funds wired via third party, pay as you go to your bank account, the funds will show up within about 6 to 7 days, okay? In your account. Actually, I'm sorry, 5 to 6 days in your account. So you're liquid. See, this goes against the grain of what a traditional hedge fund is about. Remember I told you, you must have a high net worth and you must be willing to wait to have your money leveraged for a period of 6 months to a year. This goes against the grain, does it not? Right? Every week? I thought it was every 6 months. No, they're changing the whole entire way they handle business, and that's a cool part because you don't have to be you don't have to be locked in or don't think that you can't pull money out because things do arise, emergencies do occur, right? So you don't have, that's a great thing I like about it because if I need to put my hands on $2,000 cash, I put my request tonight. By Wednesday, Thursday, I'll have it, right? Now, they also invest in companies. They do IPOs, initial public offerings. They do factoring, refinancing of corporate debt, forex trading, commodities, futures. They do it all, you guys. It's not just one thing. They do everything, and they do it very well. As a matter of fact, they've handled 1,100 projects. Out of 1,100 projects, They've been successful 88% of the time. That's not bad. That means that you got skills, because they're not just doing investments. They're not just doing real estate. They're not doing the traditional things that money managers do. They do everything, right? And it takes expertise. It takes years. It takes time to develop the school the tools necessary to properly is worthy of them being reorganized, a infusion of cash, right, to help them out, right? There has to be something, and if there's something that's weak about that business, they don't move forward. You have to be that way. If you're 88% accurate, with picking up the right companies, you're going to make a lot of money, and that's what they've been doing for a long time. So, as an investor, right, Atlantic Global Asset Management earns us a modest of 4.04 to 7.13%, right? And your funds are available for withdrawal every Friday. That means you're liquid. I just read to you previously a letter where what? We just earned 5.1516% rate of return on our money. That's awesome, right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna go here and show you a little bit of something I like about Atlantic Global Asset Management. Now, we have a website called QM Team, and on the QM Team website, there is actually these calculators, right? You just hold on the Control F key. I like to type in the word calc just to get down the road easily. Right here, scroll down and I click on calculator number 2 here, and I come up with this calculator right here. Now, I like this because I like to always demonstrate to people that anyone can get wealthy with Atlantic Global Asset Management. Let's start with 90 euro, right? And we're going to say that a person is going to earn 5.1% for the week. This is what we earned this week, right? Let me just make this 4.5. 4.5%. And let's go ahead and calculate this and see what happens in a period of 4 years. Okay? So 90 euros in 4 years turns to 2,439%. So even though they're paying us 207.6% for this white package, that's 2,711%, right? That's not bad, right? So I'm going to show you what I started off with. When I first got started with Atlantic Global Asset Management, I actually started off with the blue package, 2430. I'm going to go ahead and highlight this here. I'm going to go back to the actual calculator here. Now remember, I did this on purpose. I didn't want to have a high amount. And let's do the same as I think. So my whole entire goal when I got started was, I don't really care about nobody except me. And this is some of the Bitcoin that I had purchased, and I bought one Bitcoin for 400, and it was up to, and that was about a year and a half ago. So this is all I had in my account. So I sent 2,430. Now, mind you, working a job, say 4 years is a good time, because I was really concerned about my retirement for my wife and I. And I'm like, wow, how am I going to be able to support myself and my wife with retirement? So when I came to their website, I found the calculator. So, well, how much am I going to earn if I put 2430 in for a period of 4 years? And when I saw these numbers, I said, wait a second, 2,430 at 4.5%, that's much lower than the 5.1%, correct? That's much lower than 5.1%. Look what I have here in 4 years, 2.4 million euros. Let's convert this to cash, because we live in the United States, so you want to be able to calculate this based on US dollars. So let me go and find this here. Let's go to Google. Just type in USD to euro. And I'm going to bring this up here so we can see this, so I can see it. And we're going to type this, we're going to copy and paste that number in. So in 4 years, with the one-time investment of 2430, I was more concerned about my retirement. I'm 50 years old. So like by the time I'm 65 years old, working a 9-to-5 job is not going to cut it. But if you invest 2430 one time in Atlantic Global Asset Management based at 4.5%, even though we're doing better than that, I would have $2.8 million by the time I'm 55 years old or 54 years old. You can retire now. You see how possible it is with Atlantic Global Asset Management? They understand the plight of not just the United States, but globally what's going on. People are in financial hardship because their money has been stolen from them, right? If you're in the United States, you know that your 401k and your mutual fund you had 6 years ago, some people lost 30, 40, 50, 90, or 100% of it. It's all gone. And all they told you was this: start over. All you can do is start over. Trust us one more time. Well, I ain't trusting you, right? I lost a lot of money with you before. I'm not going to do it again. I'd rather try some type of other option. And Atlantic Global Asset Management has proven to have done that. So, you know, it's awesome. Anyone can achieve being a millionaire with Atlantic Global Asset Management, right? So this part holds true, and you are very liquid. Now, this other part I'm going to talk about now, because the part I spoke about to you initially was about the investment side, right? So I'm going to reiterate to you guys, if you are looking for a way to invest your money with a true hedge fund, you can do so for as little as €90 or $115 USD, right? This is the investment side. It is 100% pretty optional. I have to stress this because a lot of times when you say stuff, people go, well, that's not what he said. I'm telling you, you don't have to do anything but invest your money, invest what you can afford, right? I don't say invest what you can afford to lose. You know why? Because Atlantic Global Asset Management has never had a loss in over 222 weeks of trading. So I can't just say, you know, afford what you can and not lose, right? But what I can say, afford what you think that you want to, that you may not need in the next 1 year or 4 years. And my whole entire strategy here, and I'll tell you guys this, I'm not touching my money for 4 years. I don't need it. But I understand the power of 72, the rule of 72, and I'll show you what's going to happen to me, you know, and I'm going to use my real numbers, and then I'm going to show you what's happening and how you can transform your life with Atlantic Global Asset Management. So, because I said that, you know, initially when I got started, I wasn't going to help nobody except myself, that changed 90 days ago. Because I honestly believe that if you were a friend of mine, or I was a friend of yours, and I came across an opportunity such as this, I would expect for you to call me. Because this is good, right? So once I understood what they're doing for people globally, I'm going to tell everybody to my phone, and that's what I did. I have my phone here. I called every person, and the people that I know really well, I called them more than once. Because I was that type of friend, just like the other guy that told me about it and waited 2 months for me to actually realize, hey, this is good. Or actually 3 months, this is good. So I finally, didn't, reject the information, but I actually finally said, you know what? Thank you so much. Matter of fact, he called me today. I said, you know what? I owe you an apology. I am truly, truly sorry for not, listening to you in the very beginning. He said, that's okay. He goes, the good part of it is that at least you did it. Right? I said, you got a point there, so I'm glad I did it. So with that being said, that brought me to this decision now, is what's the point of helping yourself if you can't help others? Right? It's really not about you. It's about others, right? This is not about me. This is about my family, right? And it's also for you on this phone call tonight, you're my extended family, because we're going to be family together for a very long time, okay? So here we go. So the fact that Atlantic Global Asset Management rewards us, this is where we talk about the Questerworld side. So QW partners are contractually paid 5 to 15% for each investment package to include new packages purchased by partners or existing partners, new partners or existing partners. You guys, they've solved the problem of brokenness. They solved the problem of struggle, stress, frustration, and not making money in your business endeavor, right? Everyone makes money with Atlantic Global Asset Management. I mean, every person makes money, right? And that's the best part. No one is not going to not make any money. You'll make money whether you talk to someone or not, and that's what you call peace of mind. And that's what I have here today. Every Friday, when I wake up, I have peace of mind, right? Also, now, if you as a partner decide that you want to share this information with someone else, do you know you're paid directly and indirectly from your organization, right, in conjunction with your own investments? So here's another thing what they've done. I set up my own network marketing company. I sat there, and it took me a long time to design which was the best method of trying to ensure everyone makes money. And it's unfortunate the U.S. has it set up so that only a few make money. 90 to 95% of everyone else loses money. Right? In this industry in the United States, in the network marketing or marketing, what you want to call it, relationship marketing, their system has been designed so that 98% of the people fail. Atlantic Global Asset Management has flipped it around. Everybody here has pretty much a 99.99% rate of being successful. It's all in the system, and I'll demonstrate that to you later on. So if you decide to take this on and decide to want to build or follow what they call the career path, right? You can do that. Now, here's some of the benefits. Successful partners who opt to build a successful organization are rewarded with cash bonuses ranging from 1,000 to 2.4 million euros in cash bonuses. What's 5% of 2.4 million? That's 100,000 a week. That's 100,000 a week. How many of you have ever made $100,000 a week? Not many people, right? That's why I say truly, this is an exceptional business opportunity. Now, when you build your organization to a certain level, level 8, the company looks at your organization, your structure, and say, you know what, because you've demonstrated that you care about people, we're going to reward you with a 10-year, 0% interest-free loan to purchase a home of your choice. They're going to put down 75% of the value of the home, and there is no credit check required because your organization is the guarantor. Right? And you guys, the beautiful thing about this is this. Everyone on this phone call, that if you choose to want to build an organization or you choose not to, eventually in time, you can buy your home anyway, right? Either with your own money or with the aid and assistance of Atlantic Global Asset Management. I determined that I want them to buy my home, right? Now, in addition to that, as you reach another level, level 9, they then will give you a $1 million apartment, a luxury apartment in the country of Dubai. Now, with this apartment, you can choose to accept it. If you feel like you're not going to be there, but you want to rent it out, they'll even let you rent it out. If you decide, I don't want the headache, just send me the money, the $1 million, they'll send you the $1 million. Awesome, right? In addition, which is not on here, if you want to purchase a vehicle, right, they'll do the same for the vehicle with the 75% down, 10 years, 0% interest-free loan on a vehicle of your choice, right? And lastly, when you hit the top of the rung, they're going to give you a $1 million luxury yacht. If you have not developed sea legs or don't feel that you want to have a yacht, you can opt to take the cash as well. So there's many opportunities for you individually, to make a decision of whether or not you want these additional benefits. Atlantic Global Asset Management, they operate at a very high level. If you watch the videos, you watch the people, how they dress, right? They're very serious about their business, right? And on my website, there is a video. It speaks about their actual banking entity, right? And we'll talk about that further this presentation, but they talk about that in detail. You guys are not. You guys are serious, and I'm so glad that my friend invited me on this phone call, or who invited me, to be a part of this, and I'm so thankful that I finally have something that's going to change the financial direction of my family forever. And I mentioned to you before, this is not 216, but it's actually 222 consecutive payments that we are earning on our money, from 207.6 to 336% per year. People, this is what I call simple interest. Okay? This is simple interest. Most people, sounds like compounding. No, it's simple, right? So we'll talk about that, and I'll show you some stuff about that as well. Now, we have to give an applause and thank these two gentlemen here. Okay? I want to find out what was it that made them say, let's open it up to the general populace. Because something had to happen, right? Most hedge funds do not open their doors to a person that's broke, right? You can go to Investopedia, and it talks about what a hedge fund is. Read that information. It's a real great read. Investopedia, type it up in Google, Investopedia.com, and go through and read what a hedge fund requirements are for an individual. That's a great, great, great article. And what you're going to find that Atlantic Global Asset Management is in complete contrast to what a standard hedge fund is about. So we have to give our hats off to Andre Abakumov and Antonio Roballo. We have to give our hats off. Thank you guys very much for your kind hearts. Whether it's money generated or whether it's money motivated or not, I don't care. They let me in. They let me in. Here's their investment license to operate investment company. And as a matter of fact, at the beginning of 2017, Atlantic Global Asset Management announced its entry to the French fintech market, or to the fintech market. Fintech stands for financial technology. It is the new cryptocurrency or the new formation of digital currency for the world. Okay? They're in at the very beginning, and it's evident when you sign up and you fund your account. And I'll show you that too as well. And they said this at the beginning of 2017. Now here we are, 2017 in September. In September, they got everything finalized. It took them literally, 9 months. We said it, they completed it ahead of schedule, right? So we are so fortunate to be a part of a company that says it and completes it ahead of schedule, because they know what they're doing. Right, and I'm gonna be a part of it too. I want to be a part of it too. So I'm making sure I've done that. Now, here is their mission, you guys. It says their goal is to produce maximum investment income with minimal risk for a wide variety of our clients by using innovative approach asset management in the global investment marketplace. These guys are expert money managers, and have they demonstrated to us every week? I mean, since I've been involved for the last 13 weeks, I've never reported a loss below 4%, 4.4% to be exact, right? And they're mitigating the risk. So I mentioned to you before, some people say, well, what if I want to exercise the right to use the insurance? We tell people, why? You don't need it. They've demonstrated consistently for the last 222 weeks they have never had a loss, or they've always produced a profit of 4.4% or better, or 4.04% or better, right? So these guys are good at what they do. Now, here's their strategy. They prepare companies for IPO. I didn't know this, but did you know they actually help prepare Facebook and Google to do their initial public offering? What? Yes, they're that type. As a matter of fact, here's another story I got more information on. But there's an airline there in Cabo Verde Airlines, right there in their backyard, that was failing. Atlantic Global Asset Management stepped in, restructured, reorganized, and within a short period of time, not only do they still remain a 51% shareholder of the airline, but they sold that airline, the other part of it, for 500% profit. Oh, they're good, right? They do factoring, right? Factoring is a financial transaction and a type of debtor finance in which a business sells its accounts receivables, i.e. invoices, to a third party called a factor or benefactor at a discount rate. A business will sometimes factor its receivable assets to meet its present and immediate cash needs. I speak about this because what do you mean if I'm a corporation, everything looks like it's good, but why do I need additional money for? Why do I need to give up my accounts receivables? Well, because guess what? They're deficient. If they don't make these changes soon, they won't have a business. So what they're looking for is for somebody with deep pockets, somebody called a hedge fund, who has the proper staff, the proper team to do a proper analysis of the company from A to Z and then determine if whether or not they're worthy to be saved or worthy of a cash injection. Maybe that cash injection can be to improve the company product, to provide better customer support, right? To do product improvement, to maybe refinance some old debt so that they can get some new debt to do something they got to do. Maybe to pay off executive officers' contract, right? So that the company can move forward, right? These are all the things that they do, and they've done it 1,100 times and have won 88% of the time. You don't guess at this. They know exactly what they're doing, right? Additionally, they're currently buying highly liquid shares of the fastest growing companies worldwide. That sounds like Google and Facebook to me. State and municipal bond funds, debt securities, and option contracts, and they continue to focus on further development in these areas. They're improving upon what they already have improved on. They're getting better at what they're doing. They're taking advantage of the new system, right? The new money systems coming into place. And they're going to be at the very top, and I'm glad they're going to drag me along. Now, here's another part. They currently manage over assets in over 35 countries. Most people have a difficult time trying to manage property here in the United States or just in their local area. Oh, I own real estate. I got 2 or 3 properties. They have a very difficult time doing that. These guys are in 35 countries, right? Now, this is the part I have to read to you guys because, see, the language between how a poor person speaks, how a rich person speaks, and a wealthy person speaks is completely different. If you're poor, you dress like you're rich, but you're poor. If you're rich, you can always go back to being poor. But if you're wealthy, you'll never be rich and you'll never be poor because you can't spend it all. That is the difference between being wealthy, rich, and poor, right? So AGAM is entrusted by clients of all types, from private investors, that's us, to corporate foundations, people with a lot of deep pockets, and sovereign wealth funds. Do yourself a favor. Why don't you look up what a sovereign wealth fund is? Do yourself a favor and find out what a sovereign wealth fund is, right? These guys are no joke. They manage big dollars, and they keep their clients happy, right? That's why they're here today. It's what almost going on 9-10 years. Their clients are still happy because these guys have demonstrated their ability to return profitable weeks and months and years continually, right? So check this out. This is kind of funny how the wealthy speak. Our primary aim is to understand how your property requirements serve the rest of your business and help you achieve your goals. Real simple, real concise, no bragging, because they're sure they're able to help you to get wealthy, right? Now I'm going to show you some other stuff here. So here are the fund managers. They have 25 fund managers, each one having their own expertise in many of the financial markets that we've been exposed to or not, or may have not been exposed to. And these guys at the present moment manage about $400 to $500 million weekly. Now, that's not a lot of money, to be honest with you, because I found out a couple of days ago that the net worth of Atlantic Global Asset Management, right, this is liquid, you guys, it's probably more than that, but they're about $8 billion. Okay? $8 billion. Also, what I found out, too, is that they're in Dubai. If a person steals money in the country of Dubai, right, they will hang you. It's not like out here in the United States, like a Bernie Madoff situation, right? You steal people's money and you go and you go to the federal prisons to serve your time. No, they kill you, they hang you. And how do I know this? Because I spoke to somebody who actually is a platinum director at the very top. He goes, they have to do what's right, or those two guys that's there that I showed you, they will be hung. So that's something to let you know that I'm not going to mess around with people's money. So they're very serious. They know what the risks are, what the outcomes can be if they do something wrong. Here's some of the payment options. I won't go into this, but they do SWIFT, OK Pay, Advanced Cash, Perfect Money. They accept Bitcoin and Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, right? They're expanding their services to accept digital currency. What does that tell you? I think it's a hindsight that we should be probably buying those same cryptocurrencies as well, right? Not just paying with them, but actually acquiring some of those cryptocurrencies as well. It's called a hint, by the way. Coming soon are NetTeller, Skrill, and AsiaPay. Now, here are their investment packages. They range from €90 up to $5 million, and this is really it's really simple how it works, right? They deal with colors: white, yellow, green, blue, red, black, and these colors basically determine the amount of money that you want to get started with. So let's use the white package. This is €90 or 115 USD. Now, what happens when a person purchases a €90 investment package? Well, they're going to pay you 207.6% return off that €90 for 365 days. And every week that they perform, because if they don't perform, and think about it, if you don't perform well and your rate of return is low, they don't get paid well, right? But if they perform high, they make more money. So it's in their best interest to perform at a very high level, because if they do, they will get 39% of the profit of the 5% that's paid to us every single week, right? So that's how it works for the fund managers. Now, once you have 3 of these €90 packages or white packages, 90 times 3 is 270. So once you have 3 of these, you can merge these 3 white packages into a white. Now, what is the purpose of merging 3 white packages? It's the same money. It's 270 here, just times 3. It's just 3 whites of 270, and I have 270 here. What's the difference? Here's the difference. The difference is that you're going to reduce your commission rate, the management fees, from 39% to 36%. Here's another difference. It's not now that you're going to only earn 207.6%. You're going to earn 218.4%. So just because you have the same amount of money, this is all based on a strategy. Everyone wants to make money, and everyone wants to reduce the cost to have their money, right? They do this for you, built into their system. This is a proven system. It's been working for years, right? And we're now going to be able to benefit from their system, right? So now, once you have 3 yellow packages, 270 times 3 is 810. Now, you're more than welcome to leave 3 yellow packages if you want to. But why do that when you can take that same money and merge it in and cut the commission level of the management fees from 36% down to 30%? And also simultaneously increase your rate of return from 218.4% to 238.8%. This process continues over and over and over from blue to red to black. Let's go to the next slide. Over here to the indigo, and over to the VIP, right? So let's go back to an example I'm going to demonstrate to you with my own personal account, because I think documentation beats conversation anytime. So here I go. I can show you let me go back when I'm sitting. Where am I here? I started right here. So here is when I started. Oops. Here. July the 9th is when I started Atlanta Global Asset Management. I bought my first package, $24.30, right? And what I done was I recognized the value of their program, and I started to share this information with other people. And what I was able to do between July 9th and present, I currently have invested with the company €30,000. That's a testament to their system, because who do you know who wants to make money? Do you want to continue to invest your money into the banks at 1% a year or less? Or would you rather make 5% a week or 200 to 300% return on your money every single year, right? So I'll show you what I have in my account here so you can see. The goal is to buy a black package. Here's a black package, $21,870, right? I am making 316% return on my money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate to you currently what I have in my account. If I decided not to do nothing else with Atlantic Global Asset Management, I'm going to highlight and copy this 30,000 here. I'm going to bring up the calculator, and I'm going to be able to do my retirement. Still, it's used the same 4 years. I'm going to copy and paste this here. So this means if I just let my money stay in, meaning I didn't earn any commissions from anybody, I didn't add not one red more solitary dime in this thing, but if I let it go ahead and compound and work itself out for 4 years, that's what's going to happen. And watch this. Now, the cool part about this calculator, the reason why I like this calculator here is because this calculator here, number 2, shows you packages purchased, right? And then at the end of 52 weeks, it shows the package actually fall off. So it's a pretty good, accurate assessment of a good projection of what can possibly happen to you, okay? So I left this at 4.5% on purpose, even though we did 5.1%. 5.1% is a big deal. But I'm not going to talk about that now, and I'm going to go ahead and calculate my money based on real time. This is a pretty good close assessment, a real nominal rate of return. So at the end of 4 years, my 30,000 euros will be worth 67 million euros. My money compounded at 223,000%. That is the compound rate. That's my money compounding every week, right? And let's go through and see what happens. Like for me, I'm more concerned about what is my weekly payout, because I want to know if I can still, do some things with that type of money. What would it? How much would it mean to me at that time when I'm scroll on here to 200, and here's my, so here we are, 209 weeks to the left. Here above right here on 208 weeks here, you see right here, I bought a white package, I bought 2 more of these other packages, and here's a package that actually dropped off. Here's another package that dropped off. So it shows you the packages being purchased and packages being dropped every week. So you get a real good idea what's happening. But look here, on my 209th week, I'm making 1.949, 149.25 euros. Let's convert that to USD so we all pretty much understand that we're talking about dollars now. Let's convert these euros into dollars. I'm going to go in and copy and paste this amount here. So this 1.9 million euros is equivalent to $2.2 million a week. Question: what are you going to do with $2.2 million a week? I mean, you don't need that much money, right? You could just probably take $1 million, buy your house, right? Next week, buy your cars. Next week, do your world, set up a world vacation. You'd be done in 3 weeks. People want a nice home, a nice car, right, and travel the world. You just accomplished this with Atlantic Global Asset Management with a $30,000 investment one time, not adding any more money to it, and you achieved your lifelong goals, right? Because everybody wants that at least, right? And the most important part about, the best part about this is this: you just left a legacy for your whole entire generation of your family forever. I told you Atlantic Global Asset Management is serious about changing lives. They're serious, and I'm so glad I'm a part of them. I'm just so thankful. Hopefully you guys are blessed too, the same way I'm being blessed. So that part was nothing but the investment side. So now what I want to do is I'm going to open it up for any questions as it relates to the investment side. The second part of this, we'll be talking about the marketing side, meaning if you want to recommend someone, if you want to help somebody go from rich to wealthy in a proven system, okay? Proven, right? So I'm going to go ahead change this to Q&A. And if you have a question, just hit *6. I'll be more than happy to answer that question for you. If not, we'll continue on. I like it like that. Thank you so much. I'm going to. All right. So thank you so much for. I guess when people have questions, and hopefully I'm covering. My whole entire approach to doing my presentations is because I want to make sure I answer every question that you had prior to getting on the call. And so because I've hit these questions for the last three months, so I don't really expect any questions because I try to be very thorough when I deliver the information so that you can make an informed decision. Also, do note this. I tell people, I go, every week that you wait by not participating in Atlantic Global Asset Management, you're not losing 90 euros or 2,430 euros. That would have cost me, that, as a matter of fact, because I started 3 months later, that $1.9 million that I was making per week, multiply that times 12. I lost over literally almost $24 million. I lost over $24 million. I could have used that for something. When you probably you could have too, right? I lost $24 million because I was so resistant to the information. I want to kick myself in the butt sometimes, but that's okay. So now, what I'm going to do is talk about the side that most people hate, right? I thought I hated it too. But guess what? I've learned to say, you know what? What's the point of not helping your fellow man or woman? If you can, once you help yourself, share. So what Atlantic Global Asset Management has done is they allow you and I to share this wonderful opportunity with others across the world, right? We have carte blanche. Whatever it is you want to achieve, whatever it is you want to do, it's not a question of if, it's just a matter of when. So I'm going to get right into this here, and we'll be going back and forth, and we're going to talk about QuestaWorld. So here's our office here. They're in Madrid, Spain. Here's their address. Here is their 4 phone numbers, right? And here are 3 emails. So if this is a scam, why would they have so many phone numbers and 3 emails and stuff like that, right? Also, too, I said it just a couple of days, I think yesterday's call, that when you go to the website, I have a friend of mine who actually owns his own company in Switzerland. And when I shared this information with him, he goes, Sean, do you know that Atlantic Global Asset Management and QuestaWorld uses enhanced security and enhanced SSL? I'm like, no, I don't even know what enhanced SSL is. I thought it was just HTTPS. That's just I've been out of the industry for about 10 years. But he goes, oh, enhanced SSL means they check you like a microscope. Everything must be signed off at the C-level. C-level means Chief Executive Officer, Chief Financial Officer, right? Chief Information Officer, right? It has to be signed off. Everything has been verified. Your address, your phone number, your everything, your net worth, everything is checked. He goes, how do I know? Because I went through that same process. So I thought this is something that I would share with you that you can share with people on the phone call. I said, man, that's nice to know. I'll use it, and I will let you guys know. So I'm sharing with you that when you see the lock like this, along with HTTPS, the lock means enhanced SSL. Atlantic Global Asset Management has passed the litmus test for being a legitimate, bona fide business. Okay? That's awesome. So here is the CEO, Jose Manuel Gilabert. There's a write-up on him. He's done a lot of things, managed a lot of companies, and this guy, man, is Big Willie style. You see him in some of the videos. He don't mess around. He's living a life of luxury. But he's the CEO of Atlantic Global Asset Management. Here's your AGAM customer agreement. I know a lot of you got excited. You joined. You saw that long contract when you first signed up on both Atlantic Global Asset Management and QuestaWorld. And the first thing you did was, I agree, click, I agree, and then that's it. please go back and review the information. It's very informative. It tells you a little bit more about the company, and this company is lawyered up. Okay, they're very specific. There's things that you can do that you probably wouldn't know that you can do, right? In terms of using their logos and marketing the business. It's pretty cool. So go ahead and read that. Okay. Now, this is the part where I'm going to show you that gets really interesting. Everyone that participates in Atlantic Global Asset Management, right, when you sign up on the main page, you're under the Atlantic Global Asset Management page. Well, as soon as you sign up, it will simultaneously create a second portal for you. That's called the QuesterWorld side. So you have private.atlanticgam.es. That's the Atlantic Global Asset Management side. That's the investment side. And then you have QuesterWorld.es, and that is the marketing arm. That's the marketing side. Okay? So anyone that joins, it will create that for you automatically, just in case you decide that you may want to share the information with someone else that wants to become, who wants to move from poor to rich to wealthy. So everyone starts at the 5% level. You can move up from the 5% to 7, to 9, to 10.5, to 12%, to 13%, all the way up to the 15%. Okay? You guys, this pay scale is flat out ridiculous, right? Now, I showed you, I'm going to go back and jump into my site here a little bit because I want documentation meets conversation again. I showed you that I joined on July the 9th. And not because of me, I'm a little bit talented, but not that talented, right? But I started on July the 9th, and my organization has produced in the last 13 weeks over $712,000 of volume. I'm currently at 6%. Here is I'm at 13%. So last week I actually I went from level 6. I'm from level 5 to level 6 in 1 week. I'm sorry. No, I went from level 5 to level 6 in about 2 weeks, and this is my second week as a level 6. All I need now is another 287,000 euros to go from level 6 to level 7. I'm currently at 13%, right? And now the cool part about this is that because I decided to share the opportunity with others, I currently have over $3,561 in volume. In bonus money, which is what we call QP, right? QP points. Let's go back over here. Let me show you how that works. Oops. So when you join again, it shows you that here's a career ladder promotion table. When you bring in 3,000 euros of investment dollars, you move from a newcomer to a bronze agent. When you go from a bronze agent to a silver agent, you need 25,000 euros, right? So not 25,000, but an additional 22,000 euros because you currently had 3,000. So now you go from a bronze to a silver, then you go from a silver to a gold, and then you invite another 25,000 euros for a total of 50,000, and you go to a gold agent, and they give you 2,000. I call these, because it's on the red side, 2,000 Questra points. Right? These points can be converted into euros, and I'll demonstrate that tonight on our training. Also, here's a platinum agent. Once you have another 50,000 euros for a total of 100,000 euros, right? You'll go to a platinum agent, and to go from a platinum agent to a bronze director, you need $500,000 in volume. This is the cool part, you guys. It's all accumulative. It's all accumulative. It never goes away. Every euro invested with Atlantic Global Asset Management in your team benefits you, right? This is another cool thing I like about it. Anybody that's inside your organization, let's say someone comes in and they drop, let's say, everybody, you brought like 10 people in, and someone on the 5th level, right, comes in and drops 100,000 euro, right? And let's say you have $50,000, but people don't have that much money. It takes one person and to drop that amount of money, and guess what? It's a domino effect. Everybody in that leg or that lineage, everybody gets promoted. Their system is designed to promote from the very bottom all the way up, and no one can circumvent you. If someone dropped $1 million and they're in your organization, guess what? You're going to benefit too. And it's just amazing what they said, how they set this program up. Everyone is successful by default. Here we are at the bronze level. That's 50,000. It says something about the 20,000 euro. Let me go back to that real quick. Let me show you that too. It says here also once you have achieved level 6 as a bronze director, you'll be flown out to one of the 4 corporate locations to sign your directorship. That can be Madrid, Spain. That can be Dubai, Singapore, or Turkey. Right? You'll be flown out to one of those 4 locations to sign your directorship. And as soon as you sign your directorship, let me show that to you here. Guess what I did to you once before. Right here it says, amount waiting. Your bonus is locked until your signing of your director's contract. Right? So I already have 20,000 euros pending here, and I'm literally roughly about 287,000 euros away from going to level 7. So when I get there and I sign my contract, not only will I receive the 20, but I'll get the 50. And if I take my 50 plus my 20 plus my 30, that's 100,000 euro. I'm making $5,000 a week every week, right? Again, I don't need $5,000, so I'm going to basically reinvest 75% of it because I want to compound it, right? So anyone, I mean, their program is flawless. You're going to make money whether you want to or not. So this is an awesome program. And, oh, by the way, let me go back here. And as every person repurchases their packages every week, they're moving from a white to a yellow from a blue. I'm sorry. Their weekly profits they're earning, they're taking and they're buying more packages. Every time they buy a package, this helps your volume. It's added volume, as adding the volume to your organization, to you, so that you can actually be pushed up to the higher levels. Ingenious. And here's how it kind of works. If you are at the 4th level, you're at 10.5%, and this member here is at 9%. You're going to get the difference between them and you, which is 1.5%. If you have a member that's at the level 1 and they're at 5% and you're at the 10.5%, right, you're going to get the difference between you and him, which is 5.5%. And here's another person here at level 2, the 7%. You're at 10.5%. You're going to get the difference of 3.5%, right? And this is how it works, you guys. And the cool thing about this, everybody is constantly moving. This thing is a living, breathing machine. It knows when what's happening. It happens and triggers automatically. Bonuses are paid quickly. Everyone's happy. And now you guys look at this. There's a person I like to call every week because when I speak to her, her whole entire demeanor has changed from woe is me to say, I just got paid again. Right? She's just so excited. People are, I mean, you can feel the energy when you speak to them. They are not the same anymore, you know, because if you've been involved in life for the last 20, 30, 40 years, what has happened to you? Worked your job, didn't get the promotion, someone stole some money, got a divorce, someone died, the car broke down, and it's always negative, right? Not hardly anything positive, right? And your whole entire fight of your life is, I need money. I got to take care of some things. I can't do that right now because I need to make money. I'm working overtime. I need the money. I need to go on vacation. I need the money. A mom got sick. I need the money. Right? Kids going to college. I need the money. Car broke down. I need the money. Right? Someone stole my money. I need some more money. Right? It's this constant fight of us chasing this thing. And I tell you what, Atlantic Global Asset Management fixes that problem. It solves that problem. That is no longer a problem anymore. Your problem is, I got too much money. How I'm going to help somebody else. So that's what changed my mindset about this, because they have a true system. They have a system that really helps everyone to reach or to obtain their financial position and a lot in life. And again, you will get to go to fly out to Madrid, matter of fact, for several days. Top managers of Questra World are testing directors and are preparing development plans for them to get more bonuses. Going to pay you more money. As a matter of fact, they added 2 more levels It was a level 11. They added 2 more, I think about 2 or 3 months ago. Now there's 13 levels, okay? Read your contract again. Oh, and by the way, when you do go out to sign your directorship, you also do a lie detector test. They want to see if you have any integrity in your body, as if you are about being honest and forthright with people, okay? They want to make sure that you're the type of person that they can trust, because you're going to be handling tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, tens of millions of dollars, right? This is a big deal, people, and I'm going to show you why this is a big deal in this next slide. It gets really important here. So what you have here is Atlantic Global Asset Management's 5-year global expansion plan. Now, the reason why I'm excited is because by the year 2021, they'll be going through the compliancy process so that they can have a brick-and-mortar business in the United States. I'm excited about that because when that happens, I want to set my business right next to a Charles Schwab or a what's the Charles Schwab? There's a Smith Barney, right? Or some type of investment entity there. I want to be the new kid on the block. Why? Because when I show up there, right, I'm going to advertise. We help our clients earn triple-digit rates returned on their money. And the other guys there, the Smiths and Barneys and the Charles Schwab clients will go, what do you mean? Come over and watch our presentation. Come and see what we do. We're going to take all of their money and have it flow into our business. And once you are a director, that's why I'm working really hard to become a director, which I'm a level 6 director already in 13 weeks. But when you have your own office, do you know that Atlantic Global Asset Management, QuestaWorld, will pay for 70% of your office expenses, and you get a lawyer too. And you get a lawyer too. So anyone that envisions themselves being a director with Atlantic Global Asset Management long term, there is significant reward for you. Significant reward. You only can imagine what it's like to be a Bill Gates, right? That's no longer true. You can become a Bill Gates with the QuestaWorld. Now, and this is what they're doing. They are building the future for me and for you and for everyone who dares to dream again. I'm dreaming again. 90 days ago, I wasn't dreaming. I was frustrated and beat up like everybody else was. Don't talk to me about no opportunity or else I will slap you. I don't care what it is, right? It's all has changed. It's changed my life. So this right here actually concludes the partner side of Atlantic Global Asset Management. I'm not going to open up for any questions that a person may have, and then we'll roll right into training. And I went over my time. I do apologize. This gets really interesting when you're having fun here. So let's go and open this up. Perfect. Now, are there any questions as it relates to the QuestaWorld partner side, right? Any questions at all? Going once, going twice. Great. I can finish the part of the training. I'm going to try to get done with this within like the next 13 minutes or 18 minutes so you guys can enjoy the rest of your evening. It's Friday night, and I got things I got to do too. My wife wants me to take her to dinner, so I want to get done with this myself. So hold on a second. We're going to. So now we finally made it to the training portion. And what I'm going to show you here in my back office how this works is this. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to minimize. Okay, see that there. Perfect. So here I am. I'm in the QuestaWorld. So I'm going to go ahead and hit F5. I'm going to make sure I wasn't logged out. Okay, and I was logged out here. Okay, so what you see here is what you saw QP. QP stands for Questra Points, right? So from last week to this week, I've earned $3,631.89 plus my other $2,500 some dollars from my rate of return. So this week alone, being involved with Atlantic Global Asset Management, I've earned over $6,000. Not bad for this week. So at this present time, I'm doing roughly around $24,000 a month, which is not bad for being involved with the business for 13 weeks, right? Not bad at all. So let me go here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this money from my Questra World to my Atlantic Global Asset Management side. So hold on a second. I'm going to hit this. It's real simple. You click on that arrow there. You come down here. Now, normally what I do is I actually like to highlight everything. I hate typing things, so I highlight this. Control C. Scroll down here. Paste. Hit next. It scrolls down. It even tells you, too. Okay, it goes, hey, are you sure you want to exchange 36,031.89 to euros? See, Questra points to euros and save it into your current account. I say yes. I'm going to go to, before I do that, wait a second. Let me go over here because I got time down over here, too. Okay. Okay, let me go here. Let me go here. I got to log back in. And the cool part I love about this, you guys, it is ultra secure. I'm using Google Authenticator Level 2, so, even though you may see my password, it don't matter. You're never going to get in and get none of my money anyway. But I'm going to go ahead and log in. And so I have currently in my account 24,310 euro. I'm going to go ahead and transfer over this other euro here and say next. And what you will see is that my QP points is now 0. So I took my points because I was, my team helped my team and people. And well, actually, every time someone buys a package, I earn a commission rate. Now, let me say this too: if you bring somebody in, and let's say you're at 5% and they're at 5%, and someone comes in and they say drop the 100,000, right? The only person that's going to get the 5% is the person that brought that person in directly. If you're at the same 5% level as the person who you brought in, you will not earn a commission. It's kind of like collapsing, right? On a person's account, if it's or compression. It's like compression, right? So if you're not really qualified, you haven't done the work, you don't get the commission. Now, you may not get the commission, but you do capture the volume. The volume is important because that volume, you're not going to get paid now, but you will get paid later because you was responsible for doing work. It's kind of cool, right? Even though you didn't directly bring that person in because you didn't do the work, but you benefit from the volume, right? And you still get paid. These guys are genius, right? So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to log in. I'm going to hit F5. It's going to change from 24,000 to 27,000. So it's 27,942 euros in my account, right? So I now can invest this, and I'm going to go actually buy a black package. I'm not going to buy it because it's going to do something else with this. But I actually can go and buy a black package, right? And that's how it works because I have some goals here personally, and I could talk to you about strategy too if you want to hear about that. But that's how you actually move money from Questra World directly over into your AGAM. Right? That's how you do that. It's really simple. Okay. What else did I want to show you or let's talk to you about? I think that's about it for tonight. Since it's 7:16, I'm going to open up for QA. And if you guys have any other questions, we can go there. Okay. Let's open up one more time. All right. So if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask. This is a great time for you to. All right, here's a question here. Thank you, Rich. Hey, Rich, go ahead and ask your question, sir.
Hi, Sean. It's Rich and Glenda Yoloa.
Hi, how are you guys doing this evening?
Good. So when we deposit, like take from our Bitcoin and deposit, that will deposit into Questra World, and then we'll transfer it to Atlantic Global?
Yeah, the way it works is, and I've already done this for you guys, is that if you've already purchased your Bitcoin from Coinbase, I like Coinbase. I haven't ever had any problems with Coinbase at all whatsoever. On the website, I actually put a video here. There's 2 videos, as a matter of fact. I haven't been so busy, I haven't got a chance to take the other one down yet. But here, video number 1, the difference between video number 1 and this second video here is this video here has some text messages, right? It's actually some information. It's the same video, but I added text, and it tells you what to do. right? And you can pause it and stop it, and it shows you how to transfer funds from Coinbase to AGAM, and it's number 2, right? So it's all set up step by step by step with text messages. I may eventually get around to doing a video, an audio one, but I haven't had the time to get around to it. But this here is really good, right? You can do it. You can stop it, pause it, rewind it, and go through the process. And it shows you how to move your money from Coinbase directly into AGAM.
So we don't have to deposit it into QuestroWorld first.
No, QuestroWorld is your own. No, you can't do. No, you don't do that anyway. QuestroWorld is primarily based on people within your organization purchasing packages. And when they purchase packages, that's where you earn your commission in Questra points.
Okay, so that commission goes to QuestroWorld, and that's what we'll transfer.
That is correct.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for asking the question, Linda. Thank you so much. All right, Eric. All right. Hey, Eric, thank you for asking your question. How are you doing?
Good. How you doing, Sean?
I'm doing well. How can I help you? What's the question I can answer for you?
Not so much as a question is, could you possibly go over the strategy we're talking about maybe after the Q&A?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, if you guys want to stay, we still got about 10 more minutes. I would love to explain to you my own personal strategy, okay? And you know, I'm going to stick to it because it's working for me. But I would definitely do that for sure. Not a problem, Eric.
Okay, I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay. Are there any more questions? I'm going to get one more here, I think. One more? Nope. Okay. All right. Well, great. Hopefully I did a pretty good job. Hope you guys appreciate the information. It took a while to be able to understand it and be able to explain everything clearly. Hopefully I did a good job of doing that. But let's talk about my own personal strategy. Me personally, when I got involved with this, I really had to sit down and think about what's the best possible approach for me to retire myself and my wife. My wife hasn't worked in 13 years, and my promise to her is that she never will work ever again in her life. And guess what? It feels so good to hold true to a statement that, you know, that I was questioning about 2 years ago, right? And I actually put my wife in. So what I actually have done with her is I put her into my program. She is one of the people in my group. I'm going to scroll down here to my group. Let me go back over here. I'm going to go to dashboard. And I'll say this, you guys, if you wanted to be able to achieve the type of, you know, success that I'm having, honestly, really what it boils down to is this. How many people do you truly want to help and bless? That's what it boils down to, right? So after I changed my heart condition and my mindset, I then began, excuse me, to help people. Let me make this a bit bigger. And I brought a number of people in. So in my group, let's go back here. So my group is not me, it's my group now. In 13 weeks have grown from 0 to 322 people. Out of the 322 people, 182 are active and have funds invested. Just this week, 30 people have registered, 19 have funded their accounts. Statistics for the past week was 33 people registered and 17 have funded their account. So this thing shows you a good blow-by-blow what's happening with the growth of your organization. Everything just happens so fast, right? It happens really fast. So, you know, if you put the work and lay down the foundation properly, it's not a question of if, it's a matter of when. And then in terms of your financial goals, right, in terms of your financial goals, you have to reassess every week your goal for the next week, because it changes every single week. Every person that's a part of your organization, they're gonna deposit 90 euro, 2430, 21,000, you know, even 100,000. I got a guy I'm gonna be bringing in. Matter of fact, next week he's dropping 100,000. Right? That changes my whole entire dynamics and forces me to go to a level 7 quicker than what I had actually anticipated. As a matter of fact, I thought that when I started this in July, and because my level of understanding wasn't I didn't really understand questions that much, I said, well, you know, January, the end of January, I should be a level 6. We're in October. I still got November and December and January. I have 90 days. I've hit my goal 90 days because I didn't expect QuestroWorld to do this. I didn't understand it enough. Now I understand this. You will become wealthy if you decide to do or stay here and work this program. And that's what I'm doing. I'm working this program. I'm not deviating. People come to me with all types of programs. I tell them, get out of here, go kick rocks, because it doesn't make no sense to deal with something that's a maybe when you got something that is that's actually here working. So now, people that have gotten, and this is the cool part about this program, you guys, what this is a list of people in your organization that allows you to follow up with them to see where they are. And I use this all the time. I say, okay, who's put money in? This person put money in, person put money in. I see what they invested over here. I see what they're doing, right? They're investing money. It's okay, great. But some people are not investing money. Now, also, too, I'll say this. When you do register somebody, please make sure where it says nickname under profile section, let me go here. Please make sure under profile, they put their nickname. They put a name, not no name that you don't know who they are, because this is the cool part. If one of your members are short 90 euros, or let's say they're short 10 euros to buy a package, and you have euros sitting in your account, right? He calls, hey, are you short? Do you need to buy another package, or else they may call you? It happened to me in a number of different times. Hey, can you send me 10 euros so I can buy this $90 package? I'd rather have it invested than sit there for a whole week. And I'll say, absolutely. Why is that a good thing? Because guess what? I can send you 10 euros that's sitting in my account doing nothing. I get paid a commission off an investment package, and then when Friday comes, you send me back my money. It works like a champion. So you're making money all the time. So it's very important that your people fill out that section, and not just a name, unless you know who they are. Some people I do know who they are, but just make up a name or leave it blank. Leaving it blank is the worst thing you can do, right? I can't follow up with this person. I don't know who they are. I can't help them. I don't know who they are. So make sure that people put money in. Another cool part, too, is this. This guy right here, he actually just said, hey, all I want to do is invest my money. And he started off with about $5,000. And he put more money in. He's like, man, I put more money in. He did it on his own. He see that it's working, right? And the cool part is this. Get people into the program. Let them get in with a €90 package. What's so important about that is that every week, automatically, they'll get an email. You make 5.1%. It's like a built-in follow-up system, right? You have those funnel systems that'll send an email that tell you, hey, we got this. Did you know that we did this or did that or did this or did that? Atlantic Global Asset Management does it for you automatically. So when you're sitting on a lot of revenue, you want to help somebody, I give them €90. What that €90 is, it's an investment in the lead generation system that's going to send them rate of return every week. You make 5.1, 4.4, 6.2, 7.1 over and over every week because they have to one package. So it's going to milk on them for a whole year, right? For a whole year. And you say, hey, have you been getting your emails? Oh yeah, I have. Have you logged in your account? Oh yeah, how much you got in there? Hey, you got enough for another package. Buy you another €90 package. Oh, I'm going to buy that. Bam, buy. Guess what? That's a whole another year since we're going to milk on them again. Guess what? Eventually, they're going to get it. And eventually, goes like, I'm going to add some more money. Hey, Sean, do you think you can you try to walk me through and adding some more money on this? Sure, not a problem. Help you do it anytime. Guess what? It happened a number of times. People do it. He did it. This guy did it here. This guy did it here. It just happens automatically. So that's the cool part. And it also allows you to follow up people as well. So it's really a great system if you look at it from that perspective. So let me go back here. So this is my spouse here. This is the cool part, you guys. This money here is money that I've earned. So it shows $30,000 in my account, $20,000 here. That's $50,000 I've earned with Atlantic Global Asset Management in 13 weeks. Right? That doesn't include this week either. Right? So roughly around almost close to $60,000 I've earned in 13 weeks. Right? And I've taken that money and I invested in her. But in addition to that, I helped build her organization because she don't have no interest in this at all whatsoever. But I do. I care about my wife. I'm going to take care of her. And people start putting money in, 900 here, 90 here, 7,000 here, 9,000 here, 3,000 here, 7,000 here, right? And that's what I'm doing. I'm helping people that I know. 540, some people I got to follow up with here. I got to follow. This person called me today. I got to take care of him. Follow up with his brother. I got to call this guy. He's been too busy. This lady, she doesn't answer the phone. You know, I already know who my people are. This guy I got to get. So I follow up with him. So it gives you information on how to track your organization. But I did it for her because now she'll never ever have to work again. So she has her own money, which is actually roughly close to 20,000 that she's going to be investing and doing the same thing my account is doing. So let's go over here. Let's kind of see what that looks like for her, because in reality, she's living off my money. She won't touch her money. So let me go over here. So this is 19,530. Let's plug this guy over here in the calculator over here. So I showed you the money I'm going to have in 4 years, right? So this money I'm having 4 years in my account, 30,000, right? 67 million. Let's drop it over here into her account, right? Now, if you didn't add any more money, we're doing a very conservative 4.5% rate of return for the next 4 years. So let's go ahead and do the calculation on this and see what's going to happen. So we got 67 million plus 40 million. We're running close to $107 million 4 years from today. So I think 107 million is better than 67 million. So, and the cool part about this is that every time she buys a package, guess what happens? My account increases. Let's just kind of scroll down here. Watch this. Let's look at this from, you know, I look at things from, I want you guys to know is this, you know, if you're involved with this, afford what you can, put in what you can afford to invest for anywhere between 8 to 12 months. Why is that so important? I'm going to show you why. Because, let's go here. Let me see. Let me go here in the last 4 weeks. I'm going to do this here. Here. This is what's so important. Watch this. Let me go back up here. Let's go here. Keep on going. Keep going. Here. Start week 139. No, let's go further than that. Let's go back a little bit further. Let's go back here. Let's go back to where, okay, at 112th week, that's, you know, roughly 2 years, right? She's buying $39,000. She's earning $39,000 off her own personal account. She's living with me, so we're living off my account, right? As an example, right? Or vice versa, I'm living off her account. When she buys when she spends 39,000 euros, I'll probably more likely be at 14 or 15%. She's going to be at let's say she's at I think she's at 10.5%. So I'm going to make 3% every time she spends 39,000 euros every week. This is every week, right? And she's reinvesting this money. So this week is 39,000. Next week is 41,000. Then the week after that is 43,000, 44. Etc. Let's go down a little bit further. This is what happens in the latter week. I think it's really important you see that it happens in the latter part, because this is what I talk about being patient. Invest what you can afford, not to lose, but to compound. Okay? Someone told me that. They heard it on a video. The guy says, well, only invest what you can afford to lose. I said, well, that last statement is not applicable here, because the question doesn't lose money. They make money. So you got to kick that out, and I say this, invest what you can afford to compound, right? So let's get down here to the last, here, let's do these last weeks. This is the last 201st week here, right? This is towards her moving towards her third year. And this is important, you guys. This is where your money starts to do some crazy things. She's now buying 920,000 euros. She's buying nine $100,000 packages. I'm getting 4% of that. Awesome. That week. The week after that. The week after that. Oh, 10 100,000 euro packages. So I get what? 4% of 100,000 is what? 4,000. 4,000 times 10 is 40,000. That's 40,000 added to my account. You see the strategy? It makes so much sense. You'll make way more money if you have you want to help, bring in your wife. If you have children that are, 18 years or older, they have to be 18 years or older, have a valid license or ID, right, and have some type of utility bill or bank statement to participate in Atlantic Global Asset Management. My daughter's will be 18 on December 10th, and you best know it, I'm setting her up for an account, right? But look here. Look at the last week, 208. That's $1.18 million. You get 4%. What's 4% of 1.4? That's $40,000. That's over $44,000 for the week, just off the one. Can you use $44,000 a week? Pays for your mortgage, food, another trip around the world. That's just off the commission for that week. You guys get it? I'm really excited about this thing. I am really, really excited because everyone's going to make money. Okay, some questions here. All right, let me open this up here. And all right, here we go here. Oh, sure, absolutely, yeah. So basically, I have another strategy. It's on the website. Because I've been in this system in the United States for 48 years, 49 years, the government, the IRS, has had their share of my money for the last time. Me personally, I am going to set up another account. I do have a Forex account. I'm going to set up, and I'm going to put money away in that. At least $100,000 by the end of maybe by the middle of January. I have $100,000 in that account, and I'm going to basically pull out $10,000 to $12,000 out of that account every single month. Right? That money I'm going to deposit into my bank account, so it shows a history of income being earned, so I can play in the system traditionally. Right? It shows that hey, he does make this money, he makes it offline. He's a Forex trader. He's making money. If I want to buy a house, I use that income for income qualification or verification of income, proof of income. That's what I use that for, right? I don't have to worry about my account and my wife's account in terms of that. But if I do need money on our website, there is something called a BitPay card. It's on the website here. It's right here. Someone told me something about the Shift Pay, and it's a Shift Pay card. I looked into that too, and what I found was that between the BitPay and the Shift Pay, even though the fees are lower on the Shift Pay, you only can, with the maximum amount of cash you can draw out, I think either $200 or $400. With the BitPay, you can pull without, you can withdraw up to $3,000 a day. So there's a difference there. You can load up to $25,000 on your BitPay, and with your Shift card, I think it's only a few thousand. So even though the BitPay has a little more fees, I'm okay with that because I can pull out $3,000 like that in case something happens right away. Shift card limited to $200 to $300, $500 at a time, which is okay depending on your where you are within the system. But you can order as many BitPay cards as you want, by the way. Right, so you may have BitPay card number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's $250,000. You're looking at over 30,000 of liquid accessible income that day. So that's kind of like my strategy with this card. That's what I'm going to be doing, and because there is no authority reporting my income, because Atlantic Global Asset Management, they're an offshore company. Their laws don't apply to the United States, so therefore there's no reporting, so there's nothing shown there. And the fact that I'm putting my money or converting my income here, I'll show you this right here. So if I'm in Atlantic Global Asset Management, I go to my account, I'll go and withdraw my money, I say next, I scroll down, I says, oh, I can withdraw my money in either Bitcoin or Ethereum. I think I'll take it out in Bitcoin. Right? Hit next, and I can pull out any amount I want, any amount that shows up here. I can pull out the whole 27,000 if I want, or this is within Bitcoin. Well, actually within euros. So I can take 27,000 euros, copy and paste it here, hit next, and notice it has my Bitcoin wallet address. I sent money here before because I wanted to test it out, and I got my money. So it took about 7 days. I made a request on Friday. My funds showed up on Wednesday at around 10 o'clock p.m. And it was in the form of Bitcoin. So, again, I'll send my Bitcoin that was sent to my Coinbase account, and I send it directly over to BitPay. The reason why you can't send Bitcoin directly from Questra to BitPay, the BitPay card is waiting for about 15 minutes, waiting for the payment to occur. And we know because Questra or Atlantic Global Asset Management won't process that request until about 5 or 6 days. Have it sent to your Coinbase account. Then from your Coinbase account, then you send it from your Coinbase directly over to your BitPay. And it'll show up that way, and you'll see it happen like that, okay? So that's how you do that. All right? Or do we have any more questions? 2 more questions? So here we're Eric. Okay, perfect. Yes, Eric. Next question, please, sir.
Yes, sir. So if I have my my own personal self and then my business in. You talked about setting up another. You can possibly set up another account even after that.
Yeah, if you want to set up a business entity, your back office would differ than an account with the person that comes in. When you come in as a person, if you come in as a corporate entity, you have to come in with a minimum of 100,000 euro.
Correct. I know. Yeah.
Right.
I know that part. Yeah.
Right. And then you only can transact business in $100,000 or euro denominations. So you can't do the merging and none of that stuff. You come with 100,000. You must be a big net worth guy because everything you do is in millions, right? So that's a person who chooses to do that. Okay.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
All right.
But could you set up another account, another regular personal account?
Nope. One person per person.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you. All right. Next person we have here is going to be 2651. What's your name, please?
Hey, Sean.
Yes.
Yeah, Dan, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Dan, how you doing?
Great call, man.
Thank you, sir.
My question is, since we don't have to, are required to leave our Social Security number, how do they know what's taxable? In other words, when are we supposed to pay taxes on this money that we withdraw?
So basically, again, this is based on an individual person's position and based on your understanding of taxes. If you convert your cash and you deposit it into if you send your Bitcoin to Coinbase, right, and you wish to withdraw money from your or convert the Bitcoin to cash, there is actual. I put this on the website here for you guys again. Again, I want to be thorough and. Your tax person may not have the expertise or the knowledge to understand what's supposed to take place as relates to taxes. So therefore, I put here on the website, there's an IRS versus Coinbase ruling, and then there's a Coinbase versus IRS ruling. Read these 2 documents. It tells you that you can withdraw up to about $20,000 without triggering some type of particular audit, right?
Okay.
And that's from a Coinbase to a bank account exchange. If you do from a bank to bank, it's going to be $10,000. You know that right away. They're going to want to wonder where that money came from. And that's now also that's only if you are conducting business on a personal account. Let me show you how to get around that, you guys. It's real simple. You go to the bank, you open up a bank account called doing a DBA, doing business as. Guess what? You can also and also what you can do is you can go to the IRS.gov website and apply for an EIN number, right? Use that EIN number, open up your DBA, doing business as, boom, you're done. It takes a week to get that set up. And you can start to do business and not have them look at you as an individual. They look at you as a business. That's the cool part, right? It didn't cost you anything to go set up a corporation or anything like that at all, unless you are into doing that. But I'm just showing you a real simple way to do it. If you're not that, if you don't have the resources to go and buy a corporation right now, guess what you can do? That's what I did. I went, I filed for my EIN number. They sent it to me. What's your business? Tillery Advisory Services. Bam, open my bank account. Guess what? It's viewed as a business account. It's simple. Okay? And then, again, for a tax purpose, Dan, you have to do with whatever cash you take out. If your bank triggers an audit, you better have good documentation on what it is you're doing. So it's based on your own personal knowledge. Okay, that's how it works. Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right. 3506. Oops, I'm sorry. Wait. I'm sorry, 350, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. I'd like to know when you merge two accounts, like two $90 accounts or two €90 accounts, does it start, does the 360 days start at that point, at the merger point, or at the original investment point?
The original investment point. So here's an example. If you have 3 packages, let's say one's 8 months old, one's 6 months old, and one you just purchased, right?
Mm-hmm.
You take 1 plus 6 plus 8 is 14, so 14, 15, you got 15. Divide that by 3. You'll be paid for the next 7 months, right? It does a great, it shows you how long you get. Once you merge them, it'll show you how much time or how many days you're going to earn on that package, okay? So when someone said, well, Sean, what if I had 3 yellow packages and they're all going to expire tomorrow? And if I merge them tonight before tomorrow after the trade, let's say tomorrow's Friday or today's Friday, right? You say you merge them, 1 week before. What happens is it's going to say, well, it just still that green package, it'll pay you out next week, but it'll pay you at the green level, but that package still will expire because you only have a week left on it. That make sense? Mm-hmm. So the system, you're welcome. Thank you. All right, we have some more questions here. Let me answer these questions here. Let me see. Yeah, thanks anyway. Laughing out loud. Okay. Okay, that's it. That's all the questions there. Well, perfect. Well, you guys, hopefully, let me see here. Hopefully, I was able to answer a lot of your questions. Hopefully, I was able to, provide you with a full understanding of what Atlanta Global Asset Management is. And again, I thank you so much for your time and your participation. And again, we'll be doing this next week. You guys take care. Have a wonderful evening. God take care and God bless.